Boston Whaler has been building boats since 1958. So this year will be our 55th year in building Boston Whalers. And the very unique feature of a Boston Whaler is that it's completely unsinkable. And Boston Whaler has over 25 models of boats, ranging from 3.5 meters to 10.5 meters. Our biggest boat is called a 370 Outrage, and that is currently the flagship of our line. And our boats are built in Edgewater, Florida. We have 325 employees at Boston Whaler, and we've been a very successful boat company and continue to see a very bright future for Boston Whaler. Boston Whaler is very popular in France, very popular in Australia, and very popular in Mexico, and then into South America. So, but I would say that the biggest market outside the United States would be France and Australia.
And Romania market?
Well, the Romanian market is a new market, and although we have a wonderful dealer in Romania, Boston Whaler understands that it will take time for people in Romania to go boating and understand boating and then begin to see value in an expensive boat like a Boston Whaler. I'm excited to know that in your country of Romania, people can now have boats and enjoy boats, and over time, their children will learn to enjoy boats, and more boats will be purchased by Romanians over time. So I'm excited about that.
How many boats are manufactured annually?
There's approximately a couple of thousand, probably about 2,000 boats are manufactured annually in today's world.
And what is the best-selling model of the company?
The best-selling model of the company is our 13 Super Sport, which was the very first Boston Whaler. That was the first one that was invented many years ago, and it's still a boat that's very, very popular. However, our 17 Montauk and 37 Outrage are very, very, very popular as well.
Can you tell us a few words about the process of production? I'm sorry that you...
It's very cool, and you can see video of how we build a Boston Whaler online in Boston Whaler YouTube channel. But it's very unique in that instead of using what we would call one single skin mold, we have two molds that are bolted together, that are filled with fiberglass and then filled with a very special foam. And that foam expands into the fiberglass, creates a chemical bond with the fiberglass, and makes the boat very, very strong, very, very quiet, and unsinkable.
Which was the record of sales in units, if you know a few numbers?
Yeah, probably about 4,000 boats back in, I don't know, 2004, 2005, sometime in through there.
How was the evolution of the last 3 years?
Well, 2009, 2010 was difficult. We built very few boats, and starting in 2010, we began to grow back again, and we introduced new models so that consumers would see something new and fresh and different. And in 2010 and 2011 and 2012, we've grown and grown and grown. As an example, we have hired just over 100 people in the last 6 months to help meet the demand and build more Boston Whalers.
how the market will evolve in the next 5 years?
Well, I think the global economy is still a very tenuous economy, and we believe that it will begin to, well, it is growing, but it will grow very, very slowly. It won't take off like that, but it will be a slow growth over time, and we see very good things for Boston Whaler. As I mentioned yesterday, we've produced 10 new models just in the last 2 years, and bringing those new models, whether it's the 230 Vantage or the 270 Vantage or the 170 Dauntless, those boats, because they're new and different and special, have a lot of demand in the marketplace, which is allowing Boston Whaler to be successful. But I believe that the boating market will continue to grow, but it will grow at a slow rate. In question, we actually just sold a 230 Vantage to a customer in France who's putting an electric engine on the back. And it got us to begin to think that maybe it's something that we should begin to explore. We haven't started that yet, but after that inquiry came in, it kind of woke us up a little bit to say, maybe we begin to look at that, because there are people who want a boat, don't need to go fast, they just want to get out on the water. So we've actually just sold a Vantage that will have electric engine.
If you were a client coming to you to buy a Boston, how do you convince him that the Boston is the right boat for him?
We convince you that it's the right boat for you by showing you how safe it is. It's completely unsinkable. You can cut the boat in half and the boat will not sink. And then beyond that, we show you how comfortable it is, how versatile the boat is. The seats are very comfortable, the seats are very versatile. There's a lot of fiberglass on the inside of the boat, so it's very easy to take care of. So safety, quality, and durability. I'll give you a little bit of history. I grew up, my family owned a boat dealership when I was a little boy, and when I was 9 years old, I would go to boat shows and sell boats. And so I've been in the boating business my whole life. I've been with Boston Whaler for 17 years, and I have a beautiful wife, Nancy, and I have an 18-year-old son, Brian, who's getting ready to finish his last year of high school, and a daughter, Amy, who's 15 years old and just starting to drive a car, which is very nerve-wracking. We like to travel as a family. We travel a couple of times a year. We like to go boating. We've always had a boat, and we like to fish. We like to water ski, take the boat to the beach, we enjoy our family time. As our children are getting older, we know they won't be around for much longer, so going out in the boat is something that we always do.